The following content has been generated with artificial intelligence under minimal human supervision. The data presented may contain errors or inaccuracies. The opinions expressed in this content do not necessarily reflect the vision, position, or values of Digi-all. We recommend verifying critical information with additional sources before making decisions based on this content.
Welcome to Digi-all Tech News. Today is Saturday, January 10th. I'm Kylie Brooks, and this is where technology becomes clear and engaging. Meta goes nuclear to power its AI ambitions, signing major deals with 3 energy companies. OpenAI and SoftBank pour $1 billion into AI infrastructure through their Stargate initiative. Chinese startup DeepSeek prepares to launch a coding powerhouse AI model that could rival GPT and Claude. Microsoft Excel turns 40, and despite its problems, nobody can seem to quit it. AI helps mathematicians discover hidden glitches in centuries-old fluid equations. So here's what's fascinating about Meta's move. They're not just dipping their toes into nuclear power, they're diving in headfirst. Yesterday, Meta announced partnerships with 3 companies, TerraPower, Oklo, and Vistra. And we're talking about serious scale here, up to 6.6 gigawatts of clean energy by 2035. To put that in perspective, that's enough to power millions of homes. The catalyst? Their new Prometheus AI data center in Ohio, which is basically a beast of a facility that needs an enormous amount of electricity. TerraPower will build new reactors delivering up to 690 megawatts, with potential for much more. Vistra is supplying power from existing nuclear plants in Ohio and Pennsylvania, and Oklo is developing an entire 1.2 gigawatt power campus just for regional data centers. What I find interesting is how this shows the AI race isn't just about algorithms anymore. It's about who can secure the energy to run them. Meanwhile, OpenAI and SoftBank are making their own power play. And yes, I mean that literally. Through their Stargate initiative, which they announced at the White House with a $500 billion commitment, they've partnered with SB Energy. OpenAI and SoftBank Group are each investing $500 million into SB Energy. That's $1 billion total, plus another $800 million from Ares in preferred equity. What are they getting? OpenAI secured a 1.2 gigawatt lease for data centers starting in Milam County, Texas, with initial facilities going online this year. What I love about this is the integration. SB Energy will use OpenAI's APIs and deploy ChatGPT for their employees, while OpenAI gets expertise in fast, cost-effective data center development with integrated energy delivery. Greg Brockman, OpenAI's co-founder, emphasized how this partnership combines infrastructure strength with their deep engineering expertise. The project promises thousands of construction jobs and new power generation to meet energy needs without burdening Texas taxpayers. Now let's talk about DeepSeek, because this Chinese startup is making some bold moves. According to the information, they're planning to release their next generation model, V4, in mid-February. And here's where it gets interesting. This isn't just another general AI model. V4 is laser-focused on coding, and internal tests suggest it could actually outperform both Anthropic's Claude and OpenAI's GPT series when it comes to writing code. Even more impressive, it reportedly handles very long coding prompts significantly better, which is exactly what developers working on complex software projects need. DeepSeek's been on quite a journey, rising to prominence as part of China's push to build a domestic AI ecosystem. Their earlier models, DeepSeek V3 and DeepSeek R1, already earned praise from Silicon Valley leaders. But here's the thing, they've also faced regulatory scrutiny in various countries over security and privacy concerns. So while the technical capabilities sound promising, there are definitely questions about broader adoption outside China. Okay, confession time. I use Excel almost every day. And apparently, I'm not alone. According to Acuity Training, 2/3 of office workers use Excel hourly. It's been 40 years since it launched, and honestly, it's become that software we love to hate but can't quit. Tech leaders argue it's holding back efficient digital workflows and AI integration. Professor Mark Whitehorn from Dundee University points out a real problem. The way Excel mixes data processing and analysis creates chaos, especially when the person who created a complex spreadsheet with undocumented macros leaves the company. And the security issues? They're real. We've seen serious problems. Health New Zealand had financial data errors, the UK had an anaesthetist recruitment mishap from spreadsheet confusion, and there was even an Afghan data scandal. Some organisations are successfully moving away, like TELUS, which saved 42 million Canadian dollars yearly by migrating to a custom system. But here's the thing. Microsoft says Excel usage is actually rising. Why? Because it's versatile, familiar, and for quick analysis of small datasets, it's honestly pretty great. The question isn't whether Excel will disappear, it's whether we can find better tools for the things it does poorly while keeping it for what it does well. And finally, here's a story that shows AI isn't just about chatbots and image generation. Mathematicians are using neural networks to tackle one of the biggest unsolved problems in mathematics, the Navier-Stokes equations. These equations, developed nearly 200 years ago, model how fluids flow, from ocean currents to air over airplane wings. But there's a catch. They might contain singularities, points where the math literally breaks down and becomes infinite, which obviously can't happen in the real world. Proving whether these singularities exist or not could win you $1 million Millennium Prize. Researchers from NYU, Brown University, and Google DeepMind used physics-informed neural networks, which are AI systems that solve equations directly instead of running simulations. And they found candidates: 4 unstable singularities in equations for spinning fluid in a cylinder, 4 in 2-dimensional porous medium flow, and a highly unstable one in related equations. Now, these aren't proven yet, but they're 1 billion times more precise than previous attempts. As researcher Eva Miranda put it, they serve as seeds for future computer-assisted proofs. What I love about this is how it shows AI as a tool for pure discovery, helping us understand fundamental questions about how the universe works. So what's the common thread in today's stories? It's all about infrastructure and capability. The big tech companies are securing massive energy resources because they know AI's future depends on it. New players like DeepSeek are pushing boundaries in specialized areas like coding. We're holding onto familiar tools like Excel, even as we recognize their limitations. And AI itself is becoming a tool for fundamental scientific discovery. The tech landscape is evolving not just in what we build, but in how we power it, who builds it, and what we use it for. We'll keep following these developments as they unfold. Thank you for staying informed with Digi-all Tech news. We'll be back with more updates as they develop.